How's it going, guys? Stas here. Welcome back to another video. Got my good old coffee as always. Cheers. I appreciate you all for tuning in as we have a lot to break down today. A stock I'm watching, where my head's at, the charts here, the overall market, what I'm looking to do. So guys, let's dive into it. Hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. Join my Patreon if you want to keep up with my actual portfolio updates, my trades, investments, and if you want to be a part of my private Discord, all that's linked down below, pinned in the comments, or go to stassurfest.com/Patreon. And now, cheers again. Let's dive into it. So, we had a pretty good day in the markets today. The S&P went up around 0.25%. The Qs led the way up around 0.75% as the Russell went up about 0.6, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average broke even, right? We went down actually about 20 points on the Dow, which is really nothing. And we had an unbelievable day when it comes to a lot of these AI stocks: Nebius, Coherent, Corning, Micron, Lam Research, right? Nvidia, Intel, all these stocks ended up crushing it today, and they're starting to break out slowly. Not fully yet for some of the names, but Nebius had a 31%, or actually no, a 35% green day today, guys, which is absolutely insane. This inverse head and shoulders is completely playing out. It's breaking out now, and and who knows how high this is going to go. This could go back to $300 for all we know, right? Stocks like Coherent went up 8%. I'm pretty sure the company might have just reported earnings. Let me see if I can show you guys what they reported. It looks like adjusted EPS of $1.74. That beat the $1.61 estimate on revenue of $2.04 billion versus $1.98 billion expected. So very good guidance, or not guidance. Well, I guess good guidance too. But they double beat, and it looks like they see Q1 guidance for adjusted EPS of, let's see, $1.85 to $2.05 versus $1.77 expected on sales of $2.2 to $2.4 billion versus $2.13 billion expected. So very good guidance, double beat out of Coherent, and this stock is up. Again, it went up on the day. Now in the aftermarket, it looks like it's down a little bit, but it's been all over the place. The stock hit 380 and went down to about 330. Now we're at 343. So Coherent is definitely one worth watching tomorrow, right? And for the rest of the week, quite frankly. Micron is one I'm watching as well. We're trading at 918 in the aftermarket. It looks like we're trying to break out here, but we're not fully there yet. Although we do have an inverse head and shoulders. We're starting to break through these moving averages. We're not 100% there yet, but we're getting there. We're getting there on Micron, ticker MU. Lam Research had a nice 5% green day. This looks very similar to a lot of these AI charts. We have an inverse head and shoulders on Lam Research. It's trying to break out. We're trying to push these moving averages. Same thing here on Corning, which I'm long. You guys know, and I was close to adding some more today. I might add some more tomorrow. We'll see. I'll keep you guys posted in the Patreon. Again, I post all my real-time trades, all my moves in Patreon, plus more. And at this point, I'm close to adding more, but I didn't pull the trigger. I just think we're going to break out. But I'm going to reassess tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see. But overall, today's been a great day across the board. And maybe not every stock went up. Stocks like Mercado Libre got hit. Airbnb got hit after great earnings, and the stock went up a ton. That makes sense. Airbnb's cooling off. Stocks like Rivian are still flat. You know, we had a decent red day today. I think Rivian will ultimately break out of $18. It's only a matter of time at this point. Stocks like Palantir took a beating. Not even a beating, but we sold off. It makes sense. We got overbought. What do you guys want? A 20% green day every day? Stocks like Amazon got hit. And somebody in my Discord asked me, do I think Amazon's a good swing at 270? Honestly, I don't. I think we're coming down lower before we go higher. And now it's at 267. It went down a little bit more after that person asked me on Discord. And I think a better buy range for Amazon for a swing would be 250 to 255 once we fill this gap, if we even fill the gap down to 250, 255. So those are a couple of stocks I'm watching. Some of these I own, some of them I'm just watching, about to buy potentially. Stocks like Tesla are struggling to break through 330. Realize the price action here, guys, on Tesla. We took out the lows from the beginning of April, right? We got all the way down to 293. The stock got destroyed, and now we're trying to break back through 330, 340. Again, the lows from April, and we got rejected. Keep that in mind. Bears are coming in on Tesla in the mid-high or the low-mid 300s, and I feel like we might get hit a bit further before this starts to actually rebound, which there's really no signs of it actually rebounding at this point in time. So with that being said, let me go over this other company I'm watching. They're actually in the middle of a merger right now, guys. Let's break it down. The company's Check-Cap, ticker MBAI, on the NASDAQ, and this part of the video is on their behalf. And we can see right here, again, MBAI on the NASDAQ. If we look at the transaction summary, Check-Cap has entered into a definitive agreement to merge with MBAI Corp, a privately held embodied AI company. That's actually hard to say. Privately held embodied AI company, I guess. If you try and say it fast, it's hard to say. But they're actually building the intelligence layer for autonomous workforces, right? And again, the combined company will trade on the NASDAQ under the ticker MBAI, and under the terms of the merger agreement, existing Check-Cap holders will have the opportunity to own approximately 10% of the combined entity upon closing, providing direct exposure to MBAI's embodied AI platform as a publicly traded company. And the transaction has received overwhelming shareholder support with over 98% approval at the annual general meeting of shareholders, and the merger is expected to close in H2 of 2026, subject to customary closing conditions, including regulatory approvals. Cheers to that, guys. Let me get a sip of my coffee here in the evening. Can't go wrong with a PM coffee, guys. Cheers. So if we continue on here, this is transforming essentially Check-Cap, right, from a clinical medical diagnostics company into a leading publicly traded embodied AI company through this merger, and the combination brings MBAI's orchestrator platform, which we'll talk more about, to the public markets through Check-Cap's established NASDAQ listing. And if we dive deeper into some recent news we got, they're advancing MBAI. They're advancing their robot fleet operating system with multi-robot control. Let's dive a little bit deeper into some of these pieces of news we got. A couple of weeks ago, we got news about this. If we come down here a little bit, they've actually added a multi-robot fleet control to the MBAI orchestrator, which is the proprietary AI-driven enterprise software platform, and the new capability allows the orchestrator to actually monitor and direct mixed brand robotic fleets that previously required separate vendor-specific systems, and MBAI plans to roll out control capabilities to existing customers who currently use the platform's multi-brand reporting as a software update. And traditional robot platforms are limited to a single hardware ecosystem, and the orchestrator allows enterprises to manage heterogeneous or mixed brand robotic fleets from one centralized interface. It delivers real-time visibility into fleet performance, task execution, operational status, and workflow optimization with new multi-robot control capability. Enterprise operators will be able to control diverse fleets at scale without being tied to individual hardware vendors. And MBAI has filed a provisional patent application directed to its architecture for controlling heterogeneous multi-manufacturer robotic fleets, the core technology behind the new capability. And on top of that, we got more news regarding MBAI taking autonomous services outdoors, actually expanding their addressable market. If we come down here, we can see Embody AI has secured exclusive U.S. distribution rights for outdoor cleaning robots in gaming and large hotels and resorts, and in 6 states: Nevada, Arizona, New Jersey, my home state, Pennsylvania, California, and Connecticut. And through an agreement with a leading autonomous cleaning robot manufacturer, they did this. The move multiplies the range of services Embody AI can automate for the properties it already serves and opens a new outdoor automation, right? And I'm getting some ads here, some razors. I don't know what's going on with that, man. Is that telling me I'm too hairy? I might be too hairy, guys. Embody AI has run the solution in real-world pilot deployment with a major U.S. gaming and hospitality operator, which is expected to continue and expand its use, right? And Embody AI brings AI robotics to buyer's edge platform operators, manufacturers, and distributors. We can see here that they've entered into another agreement, a referral and channel partner agreement, actually, with Buyer's Edge Platform, a leading digital procurement network and solutions partner for the food service industry. And the partnership positions Embody AI's orchestrator as Buyer's Edge Platform's physical AI and robotics provider, giving Embody AI access to approximately 286,000 operator locations across food service and hospitality markets. So clearly, this company's making moves after this merger, and it's a must-watch company, in my opinion. Smaller company, there's risks involved, but it's one that I'm watching, and it's been creeping up the last couple of days. Again, MBAI on the NASDAQ. Make sure you guys add that to your watch list. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Quick little upload tonight. That's what I'm looking at in terms of the overall stock market, individual stocks. Overall stock market did pretty well today, and I feel like more all-time highs could be coming, guys, but be careful. The VIX is getting low, and I think we could be getting a spike in the VIX at some point here as well. So I'm not in this position yet, but I'm actually looking at buying some calls on the VIX kind of as a hedge, just in case things go down over the next couple of weeks or months, just to have some sort of protection in the portfolio. Excuse me, guys. That's the way to go if you want to kind of hedge, right? You can buy puts, you can buy leveraged ETFs, you can go long, buy calls on the VIX. There's a lot of ways you can do it. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. I need some water. Excuse me, guys. I'm about to blow my friggin' mic out. But yeah, I'll catch you all in the next video. And by the way, join the Patreon. If you haven't done so already, check it out. Link down below. We post all the trades, my investments, private Discord chat, plus more. Link down below. Pinned in the comments, or go to stassurfs.com/Patreon. I'll see you guys in there.